Hey folks, welcome back. Groove technique and musical drumming. As you could tell by some of that playing, we're getting into some more advanced grooves, more syncopation, staying away from downbeats, playing more in a fusion style. Some of that's fairly jazzy, quote unquote. I got some grooves here involving this further syncopation idea. So again, dropping beats, accenting the syncopated notes, so that we're not quite sure all the time even where one is. So here's one for you. 2, 3, 4. So again, at a certain point in there, we got a pattern going along, and then I left a few more beats off, okay? Suspending the one, suspending maybe 3, we're not quite sure, and then we resolve. If you're creating these kind of syncopated beats, resolution is important. Like in the previous chapter, you know, playing some of that James Brown stuff, it goes along, you know where it is, there's this moment of kind of like, ooh, where's he going? And then boom, brings us back home with a backbeat at the right moment. Okay, here's another one for you. This is really cool. This comes from the James Brown style too, leaving one off altogether, which is fascinating because it's very funky. But funk, the most important aspect of funk actually, according to Bootsy Collins, and he should know, is the one. Boom. Boom. That is the funk. But check out why this thing is funky with no one at all. Just waiting for that one to hit. All right, let's take that one step further. This next groove is a paraphrase of a really unbelievable beat. Roughly, loosely based on 7779311 by Morris Day and the Time. Okay, so let's get to a fundamental here. Left foot timekeeping while playing beats on the ride cymbal. I did a lot of work in the blues scene and playing roots music grooves and stuff like that, a lot of 2 and 4 with the left foot. So I just naturally applied that to all of the other playing, and it's cool. You'll see me play a groove here and then syncopate slightly on the snare drum, and that left foot hitting that 2 and 4 seems to help lock everything down. Try that quarter note pulse now, right? Left foot timekeeper. right? Sometimes we really want that quarter note to kind of just sit there and pump along. All right, another alteration here. I'd really like this one too. The ands, all right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Kind of gives it a, double time feel almost, right? 2, 3, 4. Well, there you had the eighth note pulse, and it's not something that I did a lot growing up. It was never something that was my go-to. I'm kind of working it into my playing now. It is, however, the default position for a lot of drummers. A lot of pros bounce that left knee. I've been working on playing heel down left foot notes as well. So frees up the right hand. And again, that's you can go a long way with that one. Speaking of going a long way, I want to finish off this episode and this series with a concept for you. Playing straight time grooves, okay, and making them swing. So what this boils down to essentially is taking a 16th note pulse, like let's say a funk groove, something like this. And those 16th note partials that are in there, ducka, 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 the 16th flow, we turn it into 16th note triplet partials. So our mindset, even though we're in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we're thinking diddly 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 dee, okay? Subdividing in 6 and playing partials. And musicaldrumming.com, you will find these next grooves notated for you in those triplet partials. However, in learning this stuff, I find it's kind of easier to think of it like this. Here's your 16th notes. Let that left hand arrive late or lazy. Three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There's the triplets, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to just sort of lazy up that left hand and think diddly diddly daddly diddly 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 dee. Go-go swing was a style that became popular in the 80s and the 90s and based squarely in that bag. But the swinging feel goes back to the James Brown drummers. If you listen carefully to the tune Sex Machine, you can hear that Jabbo Starks, who had been a swing drummer, I've described this before, playing these kind of left hand filling in notes, he's doing like this. All right, this next one, I'm going to play the groove straight and then swing it, okay? A couple of bars of each. The swing there can be, there's a gray area from going all the way to the triplet partials. We can back off a little bit and make it so-called slightly swung, which is Really cool. Here we go. All right, folks, I want to sign off now with a groove that is an element of where this all began. This particular groove is New Orleans exemplified, okay? Parade drumming, the second line. Check out the feet. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to sign up at musicaldrumming.com. Thank you to my sponsors, Scott Atkins at Remo, my man Peter Maranzak with Pearl Drums, Dave Rundle with Headhunter Sticks and Creations,